Hello everyone, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day, but let's be real, if you're watching this video, you're probably not. You're here because of one simple reason. You've been shadow banned or you're in a shadow ban loop. Now for those new to shadow bans, it's basically a timeout system. If a certain amount of people report you, you'll be disconnected from the servers and placed into a limited matchmaking status. Shadow bans can last for about 24 hours, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, and sometimes even 30 days. Your account will then need to be reviewed by the Activision security team. During this time, you'll either be unable to find lobbies, or if you do manage to find a lobby, you'll be forced to play with a mix of real hackers and other innocent players such as yourself. Anyway, time passes, your account gets lifted, yippee, you can play again. But for the majority of you, you play a few games, have a bit of fun, a few people get mad and report you, and womp womp, you're back in jail for another week. Alright, so that is a quick rundown on how the shadow ban system works. Now for the reason you're all here, how to fix it. You're going to need two things, Windows 10 or Windows 11. The earliest version you can be on is Windows 10 1909, which was released like way back in November 2019. But realistically, you should always be up to date with the latest updates and security fixes of your Windows. If you're on Windows 8, well, you shouldn't be here because Warzone doesn't support Windows 8. You are crazy. Anyway, we are going to get into a little bit of technical stuff, but trust me, it is 100% worth it if you want to fix these shadow bans. I'm going to go through all the steps with you one by one, and at the end of the video, I'll explain why these settings need to be on if you want to protect your account from shadow bans. So, step one, what you want to do is you want to open up your Windows bar, so go to the bottom left here, or press your window key. You want to type in reset, and you'll see reset this PC. You want to click on that. Then you want to click right down here where it says advanced startup. You want to click restart now, or restart your device to save your work, just press restart now. Okay, now that we've restarted our computer, we should be arriving in this state right here. What you want to do is you want to click troubleshoot, advanced options, and then go to UEFI firmware settings. This is going to take you to your BIOS settings. Okay, once you've done that, you should be arriving on this screen right here. It's going to look a little bit different on your side compared to my side, but just follow along as best you can and we should be okay. So we're going to be looking for a setting called TPM 2.0. For me specifically, that's going to be in advanced mode. Settings over here, go to miscellaneous, and then right here, Intel Platform Trust Technology. It's going to be a little bit different for everyone else. For me specifically, it's Intel Platform Trust Technology, but TPM could also be called something like TPM Firmware Switch. I think that's mainly for AMD users, but if you can't find it yourself, literally just look up a YouTube video on how to enable TPM on your motherboard specifically, and there's like a ton of videos that will help you out there. But for me, all I need to do is double click on it, triple click on it. More than triple click. Yep, okay, cool. Click on that a bunch of times until it says Intel Platform and you want to enable it. Voila, done. That is step one. Okay, and once you've done all that, you want to go down to Tweaker right here. Click on that and then go to Advanced CPU Settings. Click on that. Then you want to go all the way down at the bottom. You want to go to Intel VMX Virtualization Technology. Want to once again double click on that and make sure that is enabled. Alright, that is step 2 done. For AMD drivers, I believe it's called... Okay, so cut to Future Elvis. I had absolutely no idea what the word was. So SVM mode is what it's called. It says down here, enable/disable CPU virtualization. Turn that on and you'll be pretty much good to go. We'll move on to the next step. Okie dokie, so the next step we want is to turn on secure boot. So to do that, you got to go to boot on the right side here. Or all the way down to a thing called CSM support. You want to disable that, and once you've disabled that, so obviously double click it. I'm just having really bad luck with these. We'll get it, there we go. Oh, okay. No, I'm just gonna, okay, cool. So yeah, disable that, and then secure boot will appear down the bottom there. Once you've done that, you want to click on secure boot, and then you want to go to enable. So yeah, enable there, ta-da. Once you've done that, you want to go to save and exit at the top right here. Click on save and exit setup, the top left here. Just click on that, click yes, your PC will restart and we'll be right back. Alright, so before we move on, I just want to say if you did struggle to follow those steps, mainly because your motherboard is going to be completely different to mine, if you're running, you know, Ryzen or AMD or an Intel that doesn't have those settings, literally just go into Google, type in something, how to enable TPM 2.0, right? And there's going to be plenty of videos that are going to help you enable these settings. So make sure that these settings on the screen are enabled, and then we'll be good to go to the next step. Alrighty, so once you've done all of that, you've enabled TPM 2.0, you've enabled VMX, you've enabled secure boot, you can finally move on to the very last step. That is to enable memory integrity. So what you're going to do is you're going to open up your Windows bar, type in core isolation. See right here, click on that. And then you'll see memory integrity. You want to flick memory integrity on. Once you flick that on, you're going to be told to restart your computer. Do that, and congratulations, man. You have finally been free from shadow bans. However, if you are currently in a shadow ban right now, then you need to wait until your current shadow ban lifts. Once your current shadow ban lifts, you can jump on the game like normal and just play. Like, you have fun. For the reason on why you need these settings on, aside from detecting cheats, Ricochet also runs on a trust-based system. Let's take a look at Valorant, for example. So this page right here, Valorant requires secure boot and TPM to run because they are part of how Vanguard Riot Games anti-cheat software recognizes that your PC is a trustworthy and safe environment. Vanguard mandates TPM 2.0 and secure boot to recognize a PC's trusted state, which is tied to how it stops the majority of cheaters. So just like Valorant, Ricochet is also running on a trust system. By enabling these settings that I've shown, you essentially become a trusted user to Ricochet anti-cheat. A similar word that a lot of you have used mainly on streamers is whitelisting. So TPM 2.0 is a security chip built into your motherboard. It ensures your PC hardware and firmware are legitimate and haven't been tampered with or modified in any way. The reason you want memory integrity on is because there is a lot of cheats that exploit memory vulnerability, so having memory integrity on prevents these cheats from running. Ricochet would then see you have this setting on, which will put you on a trusted user category. So to make things a little easier to understand, so Vanguard has requirements to be able to play their game. Let's take a look at this post from 2023. If we find PCs that are too cheat capable, example because of outdated Windows or specific configurations that are conductive to allow cheating, Vanguard will restrict that PC's access to Valorant and display an error message. So it's seeing here in this diagram, so you need TPM 2.0 enabled, we've done that. BIOS mode UEFI, that's another thing to do with secure boot, but if you've got secure boot enabled, then you've got this enabled. So the IOM-MU stuff right here was the VMX stuff, that was the virtualization technology, so we've got that enabled. The HVCI/VBS is memory integrity. It's just, I think that was because that was a year old, it was called something else. But you have these on and look at that, you're good to go. It's the exact same system for Ricochet, except Ricochet isn't advertising it as well as Valorant is. So you have these settings on and you're considered a trusted user. You're not going to get shadow banned anymore, right? So here's another example. Let's take a look at Carlos and Professor of XP. So Carlos here has said, did you know there's an easy way to know if a Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and Warzone streamer is legit? And they're talking about memory integrity, right? You have that on and your stream is legit. And then Professor XP says, obviously this guy's making a joke here saying, oh no, my memory integrity is off. I'm a cheater. And then Professor of X, who is a IT specialist and a PC scanner who scans at tournaments, I believe. He said, no, it just means you're on a PC that allows unauthorized kernel level software to read game memory with no restrictions. So you're technically on a system with very bad low trust score. To further prove his point, he sent a screenshot of a popular cheat telegram group that have never been detected by Ricochet. And they ask all their members to turn off core memory isolation, which is, you know, this stuff. And as you can see here, disabled core isolation, yada, yada, yada. So having these settings off will make you an untrusted user to Ricochet. And since Ricochet can't detect any cheats on your computer, it's then going to put the trust in the players, aka the report system. So you're going to play, you're going to sweat it out, you're going to kick some ass, and some people assume you're cheating, or they get very angry and upset, and they start reporting you. You rack up a bunch of reports, boom, shadow ban, right? Makes sense. You wait the 1 week, you come out of the shadow ban, and you're going to get shadow banned again because you don't have these security settings on. If we find PCs that are too cheat capable because of outdated Windows or specific configurations that allow cheating, that is why you're getting shadow ban looped. I hope, I know this is a lot to take in one sitting, but that's how shadow bans work. Your PC is untrusted, not because you have hacks, but because you've got bad security settings. Okay. That's it. That is the fix for Call of Duty shadow bans. It took 2 years for someone to figure it out. You are welcome. I watched almost every shadow ban fix YouTube video out there, and all of them just waffled on for 10 minutes saying, guys, I've got the fix for shadow bans. You need to not play the game for 1 week after your shadow ban ends, or you need to not get kills on shipment 10 times, or you need to play on console for 1 week. Like, none of that helped. It was never a long-term solution. But this right here is. Look, I hope this video has helped. As far as I know, this is the best solution you could possibly get. If this worked for you, I'd love for you to come back and comment below. to let other people know how it went. You know, you could even throw me a little super thanks, you know, yeah, a little bit of cash. But yeah, make sure to like and share the video and help spread awareness on this issue that has plagued players for years now. It was literally the most simplest fix this whole time. It's crazy. This video did take quite a lot of effort and research to make, so thank you everyone for watching this far. I'm HyperX Quad, and you are welcome.